Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. So I hope you knew that it is English lecture now. All right. So please keep your necessary materials with you, whatever you need. Obviously, I don't think you'll need something. So students, I feel that we are done with 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, right? Right, everyone. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Yes, you have to write, Gagi, you have to write the meanings. You have to write important points that I gave. So you must have your books with you. I think you're done with 2.1 and 2.2 as well. Rajvi ma'am must have done it the last time. I think the last Tuesday, just a couple of days ago. You have to message me on the Adyan Tutorials profile. What no, guys? Rajvi ma'am has taught you two poems. What do you mean by revise the poem? She didn't revise, she taught you. She taught you two poems literally. So सब मत करो यार. Oh, she revised. Okay, just give me a moment, please. Okay, everyone, we all know who this man is, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If you have doubts, you will message me on the Adhyan Tutorials profile. I hope you all know how to read Adhyan Tutorials. Because despite saying Adhyan Tutorials, you will still messaging on Dhruv Joshi. So if there is a problem, please go back to your nursery, read ABCD, see what spellings are there, and then come back and message. But in simple words, if I have to say, you're supposed to message on the Adhyan Tutorials profile, which is the host, HOST, host. Still, if you are messaging me on the Dhruv Joshi profile, please go back to nursery. All right. So, three visions for India. So, Sir APJ Abdul Kalam had three visions for India. Visions could also be called dream. Three dreams for India, or maybe uh, when he was alive, तो वो कुछ सालों बाद इंडिया को कहाँ देखते थे, क्या देखना चाहते थे वो इंडिया में. That is what is mentioned over here. All right. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program, states three visions for India based. Guys, stop messaging, please. I receive any useless messages, I'll put you out. No messaging. Focus on what I'm doing. So he was the father of India's integrated guided missile program, and so he was also called the Missile Man of India. Okay, so he has mentioned, he states three visions for India. Visions, as I've already mentioned, it's a dream or an ideal. Okay, three visions for India based on the achievements and progress that he has witnessed. Witnessed, right? The meaning witnessed. Witnessed means to see, to experience, to see or to experience. Witness is to see or to experience. All right, in the history of the nation and during his own career as a missile scientist. So, guys, we all know that Dr. Kalam was especially a missile scientist, and he was the first and the only scientist of India to have gone on to become the president of the country. And believe me, students, more than being a great scientist or a great president, he was a wonderful, wonderful human being. Okay, nobody in the world can say that Abdul Kalam was a wrong person. People in India keep fighting about their religion on Hindus and Muslims, but he was one person who was loved by every single religion present in this country, every single caste, every single religion, every single gender. Okay, so he had three visions for India, and these visions are based on the progress that he had experienced, that he had seen in his career so far. Dr. Kalam's three visions for India are freedom, development, and standing up. Freedom, I think, is simple. Development is also simple. What do you mean by standing up? Standing up means to be brave and face challenges. To be brave and face challenges. I think the meaning is given over there. The focus of his presentation is on developing India to the fullest potential. Potential, the meaning is capacity or ability. He wants India to be developed completely at full capacity while standing up to, that means while facing and being brave to the challenges put by the rest of the world with fully validated self respect for the achievements that have been obtained in the modern times. So, validated means confirmed with proof. Okay, validated means confirmed with proof. Okay, so he wants India to stand in front of the world, face all the challenges, and gain a lot of self respect. Self respect, kamai for all the achievements that India has been able to obtain in the modern times. If we are not free, no one will respect us. This is the first vision of freedom. He says, अगर आप आजाद नहीं हैं तो कोई आपकी इज्जत नहीं करेगा. I have three visions for India. In 3,000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us. Invaded us, matlab ruled over us or controlled us or exploited us, ruled over us, controlled us, or exploited us, have invaded us, captured our land, and conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them, also the Mughals, don't forget the Mughals, all of them came and looted us and took over what was ours, took over as in took the authority of, okay, took away something that was ours, they took it all away. सो इतने 3,000 साल के इतिहास में इतने सारे लोगों ने हमारे देश पर कब्जा किया है और हमें लूट के हमारी जितनी भी सारी की सारी वेल्थ थी वो सारी लेकर चले गए. Yet we have not done this to any other nation. आप लोग भी इतनी हिस्ट्री पढ़ते हैं. You also must be reading history since I think you're third or the fourth grade, and I am sure you must have heard about a lot of other countries invading India and trying to demolish us and exploit us. But you will never read in any of the history books of the world of any country that India has done the same to anyone else. Not because we cannot do it. We can do it very well now. We are a very powerful nation. But we don't do it because we respect other people's freedom. बराबर. हम जानते हैं कि जब कोई तुम्हारे पर रूल करता है तो वो फीलिंग कैसी होती है और इसके लिए हम वो फीलिंग किसी और को नहीं देना चाहते. That is why we don't do it. We have not conquered anyone. We have not grabbed their land, their culture, and their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them. Why? Because we respect the freedom of others. That is why my first vision for India is freedom. I believe that India had its first vision of freedom in 1857. Do you all remember the year 1857? कभी आपने पढ़ा होगा क्या लिखा हुआ था क्या हुआ था उस साल? You can answer in the chat. Yes, it was the first war of independence, also called the National Uprising of 1857. In National Uprising of 1857, you had some very brave people like Mangal Pandey. Have you all heard the name of this person? Mangal Pandey. There was a movie, a biopic based on Mangal Pandey's life, where the role of Mangal Pandey was played by Amir Khan. Okay, so that was the national uprising, जहाँ पहली बार भारत के citizens लड़े थे ब्रिटिश के खिलाफ. When we started the war of independence, it is this freedom that we must protect and nurture. Nurture matlab develop and take care of and build on. If we are not free, no one will respect us. So that is the first vision. Everyone he says we have to be free, and nobody will respect you if you're not free. Okay, and he also says that when you respect freedom, you should not respect just your own freedom, but also freedom of everyone and anyone around you. Like today, do you know एक और देश है जिसकी freedom के लिए इंडिया लड़ रहा है? You know this? There is a country जिसकी freedom के लिए we are fighting. Anyone? Do you know? Okay, nobody knows. We are fighting for the freedom and independence of a country called Tibet, which is under the Chinese rule. We are also trying to fight for the freedom of a place in Pakistan called Balochistan, because the Pakistani government and the Pakistani army are forcefully exploiting the people of Balochistan. Balochistan wants freedom and wants to be a separate country. We are helping them as well. So, because we understand the importance of freedom, we try and fight for other people's freedom as well. My second vision for India is development. It's not development, it is pronounced as development. Okay, develop. My second vision for India is development. For 50 years, we have been a developing nation. It is time to see ourselves as a developed nation. You know, one of my economics teachers during my school days always told us, she said that, you know, in the world economics, there are just two terms. One is developed, second is underdeveloped. But we Indians have created another term that is developing to just console ourselves and make ourselves happy. ठीक है, हम अपने आप को तसल्ली देने के लिए हमने एक शब्द निकाला कि हम अंडर डेवलप नहीं है, हम तो डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी है. पर मुझे एक बात बताइए, डेवलप कौन होना चाहता है? जो अंडर डेवलप्ड है वही ना. तो घुमा फिरा के अगर आप देखो तो हम आज भी अंडर डेवलप्ड ही हैं. वी आर नॉट येट डेवलप्ड. Okay, of course your geography books will say or your economics books will say that we are a developing economy, but you tell me guys, for how many decades would India be a developing country? Developing country कभी तो डेवलप होती है भाई, कभी तो डेवलप होती है. 50 साल से तो अब्दुल कलाम जी बोल रहे हैं कि डेवलप नहीं हुए. पिछले 2 डेकेड से तो मैं देख रहा हूँ कि हम डेवलप नहीं हुए. So he says it's important to be a developed nation. We are among the top 5 nations of the world in terms of gross domestic product, that is GDP. We have 10% growth rate in most areas. But अगर आपको अभी की न्यूज़ मालूम है तो हमारा GDP भी बहुत बुरी तरह से गिरा है. उसका सबसे बड़ा कारण है कोविड पैंडेमिक, where there was a lockdown. There is still a lockdown. We are not completely unlocked. So that is one reason why we are down and out. Okay, our poverty levels are falling. ये सही बात है. The poverty levels are falling and our achievements are being globally recognized. Globally recognized, the meaning is on the left hand side. That means our achievements are noticed and accepted all over the world. Yet, we lack the self-confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation. Self-reliant and self-assured, isn't this right? The meaning of self-reliant is given over here. Self-reliant, the meaning is given here, it's self-dependent. India must stand up to the world. So the development wala part is over. India must stand up to the world. I have a third vision that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. Today, do you know, a couple of months ago, there was a bit of Chinese invasion at our borders in Ladakh. Do you all know that? Have you all read about it or heard about it? And you know what? In the war of 1960, the same Chinese army defeated the Indian army. And today, we defeat them. They are scared of us. डरे हुए हैं वो लोग. जब हमारी उनसे लड़ाई हुई थी बॉर्डर पे पत्थरों से, उन्होंने हमारे कुछ 30 जवान मारे थे. हमने नहीं, हमारे कुछ 20 मारे थे. हमने उनके 100 मार दिए. तुमको समझ में आ रहा है गाइस? हमारे खाली 20 मरे शायद. आई एम नॉट रियली श्योर, बट उससे ज्यादा नहीं मरे हमारे. बट उनके हमने 100 मारे, हमारे उन 20 जवानों ने. ठीक है, तो हमारा एक जवान उनके 4 जवानों पे भारी पड़ा. सो वी हैव टू स्टैंड अप. एंड यू नो व्हाट गाइस, पहले पहले जब हम लोग यू नो व्हेन वी वर लाइक नॉट इवन एज डेवलप्ड एज वी आर टुडे, चाइना ने तभी भी हम पे अटैक करने की बहुत कोशिश किया है. जितने बार उन्होंने अटैक किया है, हमने हमारी लैंड सरेंडर कर दी है, क्योंकि हम डरते थे कि अरे चाइना तो इतना बड़ा है, उससे कैसे लड़ा जाए. लेकिन अब नहीं बॉस, नॉट नाउ. यू थ्रो वन स्टोन एट अस, we will throw 10 stones at you. You behead one soldier of us, we'll behead 10 soldiers of yours. Simple as that. And we did not just defeat them in terms of the strength, the military strength. We also defeated them economically. उनके सारे businesses बंद कर दिए हमने इंडिया में. सुना रहेगा कि नहीं आपने? चाइनीज एप्स को बैन कर दिया. आईपीएल ने चाइनीज इन्वेस्टमेंट वीवो को निकाल दिया और एक इंडियन कंपनी को लेकर आया, ड्रीम 11 को. तो ये सब हमने क्या किया? We did not just answer them militarily, we also answered them financially. मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया उनको, बताया कि ये वो इंडिया नहीं है जिसको तुम जब डराओ तब हम डर के हमारी जमीन दे देंगे. हम लड़ेंगे, और लड़ेंगे नहीं, जीतेंगे भी. This is a new India. That's what we showed them. So this vision of APJ Abdul Kalam ji, I think is coming true. But the development aspect, no, we are not yet there. ओनली स्ट्रेंथ रिस्पेक्ट्स स्ट्रेंथ. ये बात सही है. ताकत ही ताकत को सपोर्ट करती है. द सेम यूएस विच वाज वन in support once in support of Pakistan now supports India. Why? Because they know that Pakistan is of no use to them. It is India which is of use to them. They can do maybe a few $1 million deals with Pakistan, but they can do hundreds of billions of dollars deal with India. So they realized कि अगर दोस्त बनाने का है तो पाकिस्तान को नहीं, इंडिया को बनाना है. The same US, which was once with China, is now against China because they know India is the next developing thing. है कि नहीं? सही बोल रहा हूँ कि नहीं? उनको मालूम है कि इंडिया से बड़ा इकोनॉमी और कोई नहीं है. जो फायदा होगा इंडिया से, क्योंकि इंडिया स्ट्रांग है अभी. The same Australia, which was never ever worried or concerned about India, उनको कभी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता था, क्योंकि हमारा कोई बॉर्डर का डिस्प्यूट ही नहीं है. We don't share borders. The same Australia is now supporting India. The same Australia is now supporting India to fight with China. Russia is with India. You see, all the strong nations of the world are supporting India because strength respects strength. We must be strong not only as a military power but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. खाली military से नहीं, हमको हर एक तरीके से strong बनना है. Why are we in India so embarrassed to recognize our own strength, our achievements? हम अपनी strength को क्यों नहीं देखते? अभी जो बात करने वाले हैं ना एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम जी, तुम लोग अग्री करोगे क्योंकि अभी देश में फिलहाल वही चालू है. We are such a great nation. We have so many amazing success stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. हम उनके बारे में बात ही नहीं करते. क्यों? क्योंकि हम तो बात करते हैं रिया चक्रवर्ती के बारे में, हम बात करते हैं सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के बारे में, हम बात करते हैं पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में, हम बात करते हैं कंगना रनौत के बारे में. डोंट यू थिंक इन यूजलेस लोगों से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट देश में और अच्छी अच्छी चीजें हो रही हैं? डोंट यू थिंक इन यूजलेस लोगों से ज्यादा देश में और ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं जिसको एड्रेस करना जरूरी है? 50 ग्राम ड्रग्स मिलने की वजह से पूरा न्यूज में खाली रिया चक्रवर्ती, रिया चक्रबोर्ती, सुशांत सिंह राजपूत ड्रग एडिक्ट, कंगना रनौत कंट्रोवर्सी। ऐसे घटिया लोग को दिखाने का क्या मतलब है? इतने सारे अच्छे साइंटिस्ट हैं इंडिया में, इतना काम कर रहे हैं, इतने अच्छे सोशल वर्कर्स हैं काम कर रहे हैं, इतनी अच्छी मिलिट्री है हमारी जो देश के लिए लड़ रही है, उनके बारे में थोड़ा बताओ। भाई लोग सही बोल रहा हो कि नहीं? Guys, just a second ना. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So why? So we are the second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are the second largest producer of rice. We are the first in milk production. We are number one in remote sensing satellites. Remote sensing satellites, I'm sure you people know the Mars mission Mars you must have seen. Look at Dr. Sudarshan. He has transferred the tribal village into a self-sustaining, which means self-dependent, self-driving, which is maybe run by your own self, which is controlled by your own self unit. There are millions of such achievements, but our media is obsessed only with bad news and failures and disasters. Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? If he said, I was in Tel Aviv, which is a place in Israel, and I was reading Israeli newspaper. It was the day after a lot of attacks and bombardments and deaths had taken place. Okay, the Hamas had struck. So एक war हुआ था वहाँ पे और वहाँ बहुत सारे bomb blasting हुए थे. But the front page of the newspaper had the picture of a Jewish gentleman who in 5 years had transformed the desert land into an orchid farm and granary. So उन्होंने उसके अगले दिन पे ये न्यूज़ नहीं छापा कि बहुत सारा यहाँ पर यू नो बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ है वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. दे स्पोक अबाउट अ पर्सन who converted desert land into a green cultivable land. It was this inspiring picture that everyone woke up to. The gory details of killings, the gory means the involving bloodshed and violence details of killings, but bombardments and deaths were inside the newspaper, buried among other news. Isn't possible in our own country as well? तो जो अच्छी चीज थी उसको फ्रंट पेज पे डाली और जो बुरी थी उसको अंदर नॉर्मल न्यूज साइड डाली. हम उल्टा करते हैं. आई वांट टू लिव इन अ डेवलप्ड इंडिया. Another question. Why are we as a nation so obsessed with foreign things? We want foreign TV and we want foreign shirts. We want foreign technology. Why this obsession with everything imported? Do we not realize with that self-respect comes with self-reliance? Do you now understand why does Mr. Modi say Atmanirbhar? Do you now understand that word Atmanirbhar? It was because of this vision. I was in Hyderabad giving this lecture when a 14-year-old girl asked me for my autograph. I asked her what her goal in life is. She replied, I want to live in a developed India. For her, you and I will have to build this developed India. You must proclaim. Proclaim का मतलब declare confidently to all. सबको बता दो कि हम उस बच्चे के लिए ये सब कुछ करेंगे. Everyone, your homework is going to be activity 1. Okay, activity 2. Yeah, activity 1 and activity 2, everyone. That is your homework. So thank you so much. That is it.